What is up, Sideways fam? Welcome back for another DIY today with Drew Peacock's Project WAP. It has returned because about 2 weeks after he picked up the car, he went ahead and already blew up the transmission, but the transmission wasn't his Mark IV in the first place, and it was beat on quite a bit, making over 560 wheel horsepower. So it didn't last too long in this thing because you're beating the hell out of it right out the hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this thing with you guys. If you didn't already know about this car, this is a Ford Mustang with a 2JZ swap in it. We went ahead and did, forward-facing manifold, comp turbo, AEM Infinity, all the same stuff that we typically do on all of our Supra stuff. I will go over some of the things that we had to do to get this project done because I know my channel wasn't live and active when we built this thing, but just a super cool, beautiful car that we built that has not gotten nearly enough social media posting and going to car meets and just showing off. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing back on the road today. So I'm gonna go ahead and be doing a DIY of how to basically swap internals and rebuild your W58 transmission with a better core, because you do have to do a lot of stuff when it comes to putting any kind of JZ transmission in all the cars. They are all different lengths, all the internal linkages are different, but it is very easy, especially in a W58, to be able to swap these parts out. So we're going to go ahead and pull this one apart, and I'm going to show you guys the whole entire process of what we're doing, and then also I will walk you through a real quick kind of overview of the car. And then obviously at the end of the video I can go ahead and link in, or not even link in, but add in to the video old dyno videos, kind of power output, the build process, because I mean, once again, it wasn't really online. And then maybe after this we'll even do a video on the next one about taking to maybe Cars and Coffee or a car meet and getting people's reactions to it too. So let's get it. Views, if you didn't already know, we hole saw the bumper to get some better flow to the intercooler, because this is a V6 Mustang. I believe this was a 2001 from what I remember. So quick little overview. We got a comp turbo 6865 with a T4 housing with a 81 AR on it. This is a W58 transmission out of Drew Peacock's right-hand drive Mark IV, because it was a 5-speed car originally. 2JZ GE VVTi swap. I did make a custom radiator setup with dual 12-inch fans. We're running a, boost solenoids there. Drift motion fuel rail with FID 1200s in it. We got the McLaren adapter that you have to run to convert from a cable transmission to a hydraulic transmission. That is a bitch to get going, and never again. We had to go ahead and delete the brake booster because obviously there's no freaking room for any of this. And I went ahead and welded up the manifold to fit. It does kind of starve those 2 cylinders of air, but we did tune those 2 cylinders a little bit different to be able to get it to run decently. But once again, this is supposed to be a drift car, not a roll race car, not a freeway car, nothing of a sort. It's got a welded diff and a bunch of other stuff going on. And I mean, I'm sure, knowing Drew, he's going to be racing this thing. He's going to be going and messing around. By all means, have fun. But I mean, this car was meant to go smash up at the track and be a lot of fun. And at the end of it, if someone offers the right price, I'm sure he'd sell it and stuff. So I will also get into the 7-inch display of the BTI on the interior. But I mean, overall, custom mount kit, custom radiator setup, custom intercooler piping, big Supra intercooler, AN power steering with the powerhouse racing fitting. Basically one of the setups that all of our Sideways Performance cars would have. The car is on AEM Infinity 506, and basically all the interior stock. Shifter fits in the OEM location. He's got a 7-inch display right there to display everything that I will go over with you, since I haven't made a video about the 7-inch display yet on the full race dash. So yeah, I mean, even the old parts are still in the back of the car. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the rack, get that tranny out, since Drew's under the impression that the clutch was exploded. I'm 100% certain it's gonna go ahead and be the transmission, but I mean, hey, let's flip the coin, and I guess whoever loses the bet is gonna buy lunch. So let's get into it. Anybody want to know what a blown transmission sounds like? It sounds like that. So I think it's rod knock, but it's not. Kind of the symptom too. So we got clutch out. We got nothing clutch out in first, nothing clutch out in second. You can hear the tranny just like fucking pissed. And then fourth, I believe, goes in. Oh. So I gotta hold it in gear or else it pops out now. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting to get it inside. First thing first to any transmission stuff, obviously you wanna remove the shifter. I mean, as far as Supra stuff goes, so pretty cool how it all fits like literally in the factory location. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these 4 bolts here. There will be 4 bolts that bolt the top of the shifter in the transmission that I'll show you later. You pull the shifter directly straight up and boom, you're out. So step 1 of, you know, 10. So we're pulling off the Clutchmasters FX shitty whatever W58 clutch kit that has just been total crap to drive the whole time.
Didn't blow up like I thought.
The flywheel? It's got a heat spot, that's all. So right here we got the TW58s we're gonna be swapping right now. So that's actually Drew's original Mark IV trans right there that we swapped the internals to convert to a Mark III transmission. As you can see here, this is a different year W58, W59, W57 transmission. This is actually out of a truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the conversion to swap all the internal assembly from this one into this one, possibly even into the rear housing. And we'll be putting all of that on here, swapping over the bell housing, the fork, all the other pieces, and then making this trans able to go into that car right now. So let's get it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna blast all the bolts around the whole housing, all the way around the back through here. And then you're gonna have this one 12 bolt right here that's gonna have a countersink bolt that basically goes through the rod that allows you to shift the gears back and forth, neutral, reverse, all the other ones. So then you'll pull the whole housing off, we'll tap it off of the back of the housing, and then you'll see all the internals. So let me get it apart right now. Yeah, so right now we already pulled the bolts out, so you're just gonna lift up on the rear housing and kind of shake. Give it a little tap. So we got it apart after struggling for no reason, but yeah, all we're doing right now is we're just changing this lever that's basically back there on the back of the transmission. Obviously this car, it was kind of sitting somewhere like this. The shifter's not gonna line up there with that housing that we need to fit in the car. So basically this arm right here goes in between all 3 gears right here. You'll see 1, 2, 3, and this goes in the middle, and this is how you select. This is your neutral right here. When you're shifting your transmission back and forth in between gears, and then you got your third, fourth, first, second, and then, you know, fifth and reverse or whatever. But this is actually reverse, so I'm backwards. But anyways, we're gonna pull this one apart right now and then swap the internal over, swap the mount over, reseal it with some silicone, clean it, and the bell housings, and we're done. So for anyone who wants to know how to pull bell housings off, it's just a bunch of 14 bolts. You can see all the ones that we've pretty much removed. And then to get into the case, I'm gonna show you how to get into the case in the front, because we're just gonna pull Drew's transmission apart just for the fuck of it to see what's blown up. So just for kind of shits and giggles. So we'll see right now. So once you remove all the 12 bolts from this bearing retainer, that's super nasty. You're gonna have these 2 snap rings right here that you need a pair of these good old trusty snap-on cheek spreaders right here, you know? And you'll slip one off of this one, and your input shaft and everything will be free. And then all you do is you just smack the front housing. And it'll separate from the case there, and you just pull it off. So let me do it. Oh shit.
Look at
the whole gear is gone.
Look at here. The clutch must have gone.
So look, the reason why it doesn't do shit is the whole entire gear is fucking gone, and you see it spinning on the countershaft. It doesn't even touch it. Nice.
Well, like I said, the clutch, you know, it must have somehow blown up so bad that it got into the transmission.
Oh yeah, it was the clutch's fault. All thanks to Clutchmasters. So spin it this way so we can see. Like flip it this way. Oh yeah. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's a tube gone on that one.
Well, yeah, because this one broke.
8 gone on that one.
I mean, JB Weld will fix it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
there's
can
like
just weld them together.
there's like 24 that are gone right there. And then this whole thing is gone.
So what part of the
So
trans-
this is where you're gonna get into the crappy part about this. So this arm has to remain in between here the whole entire time. And then you have to drive this directly through the housing, where in here, if you look right there where my finger's pointing to, this arm literally goes directly into here and then slides down through the housing like this. So you have to be able to get it in and out of this thing in here that has a bearing in it without kind of popping it into gear. So a lot of the times when you're doing this, you'll be going up and down and you'll shove it into gear. And then once you shove it into gear, 2 gears will get locked in because you'll be like right here in between these two, and then the trans will shift. So you'll be stuck having to pull the trans in and out, and apart, and getting silicone everywhere, making a huge mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the housing back on, get the shifter assembly put back in, and we'll shift it and make sure it's good to go. So we are all back in and together. Drive shaft, cross member. So yeah, we're about to start this thing up right now. So after lunchtime, all back together. Today's Tuesday anyways. Love is back, baby. So all in all, great day today. Everything got taken care of. Everything was great. Super happy to have Drew's car back on the road. I mean, it's been down for quite a while, some time. A lot of people were asking about it, and I know a lot of people were asking us as well. What's up with Project WAP? What's going on with Project WAP? I mean, a lot of stuff went into building that car. It was a fully custom car. So glad to get him back on the road. Car sounds amazing. Yeah, I'll be linking in the video right now, or I guess adding in the video right now, some of the old dyno videos, some of the old pictures, kind of the stuff on the Instagram. So if you all already are not following us on YouTube, you can also follow us on Instagram. We have a pretty decent following, beautiful pictures, beautiful cars that we build there that I can't obviously film everything, get everything on YouTube for every single build that I've possibly done. So end of the day went great. Keep watching, guys. Thanks for all the support you guys have been giving us, and we'll see you guys soon.
Mm-hmm.